Let the initiation begin.
All stonecutters must take the leap of faith. If you survive this 5-story plunge, your character will be proven.
Happy landings!
I think I have to do it again. My blindfold came off. And by the sacred parchment, I swear that if I reveal the secrets of the stonecutters, may my stomach become bloated and my head be plucked of all but 3 hairs.
I think you should have to take a different oath.
Everyone takes the same oath. Welcome to the club number 908. You have joined the sacred order of the stonecutters, who since ancient times have split the rocks of ignorance that obscure the light of knowledge and truth. Now let's all get drunk and play ping pong.
Pure energy. Pure energy.
What is BlackRock and how do they own everything?
Yeah, so BlackRock is an organization, it's a company publicly listed on NASDAQ that has tens of trillions of dollars of assets under management. They disclose that they have like 14 trillion, but that is only BlackRock. Then they own majority share in most of the companies in America, right? So they also have money and funneled through all those things as well. So what companies? They own Pfizer, they own Moderna, they own all the airlines, they own all the social networks. So when you see all this stuff, all this agenda kind of everybody working together, then you have to realize who actually owns it. This isn't a conspiracy. You go to Yahoo Finance, you go to top holders of all these shareholding companies, and you see BlackRock and Vanguard at the top. So you go to Amazon, for example, you go to Yahoo Finance, you go to Amazon, you go to the ticker of the stock, you go to top holders, and you realize Jeff Bezos ain't the biggest holder of Amazon. It's like, oh shit, he's no longer the majority shareholder of his company, so he doesn't make the final decisions, so he doesn't have the big say.
What? 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 That's fine. God's gonna sort that out. It's not a problem.
They don't want to be in the news. They don't want people to talk about them. They don't want to be anywhere on the radar.
Why not?
I don't know, but I suspect it's probably because it's easier to do things when people aren't thinking about it.
All of these financial institutions, they buy politicians. You can take this big ton of money, and then you can start to buy people. I work for a company called BlackRock.
Meet Serge Varley, a recruiter at BlackRock.
Let me tell you, it's not through who's the president. It's who's controlling the wallet. So it's the,
And who's that?
The hedge funds, BlackRock, the banks. These guys run campaign financing. Yep, you can buy your candidates. And obviously, we have the system in place. First, there's the senators, and these guys are cheap. You got 10 grand, you can buy a senator. I can give you 500K right now. No questions asked.
Yeah.
I didn't do this. We're done.
Does like everybody do that? Does BlackRock do that?
It doesn't matter who wins.
You're still right.
They're in my pocket at this point.
Here's Serge Varley on how good war is for BlackRock's business.
Do you have any thoughts on the Ukraine-Russia war?
Yeah, I mean, I do have thoughts.
What are they?
Ukraine is good for business. You know that, right? I'll give an example. Russia blows up Ukraine's grain silos. Price of wheat's gonna go mad up. Ukrainian economy is tied very largely to the wheat market, global wheat market. Prices of bread, literally everything it goes up and down. This is fantastic if you're trading. Volatility creates opportunity to make profit. War is real good for business. It's exciting when goes wrong, right? BlackRock manages 20 trillion. It's incomprehensible numbers.
BlackRock Serge Varley says all of this is above a normal person's understanding.
You're like an undercover reporter. I don't know. No people don't give a shit. This is beyond them. the whole thing of like domination from a concept is it's so interesting.
Hi, I'm James O'Keefe with OMG News. Here we are with our latest story, this time on BlackRock, one of the world's leading asset and investment managers, which owns significant shares of companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Anheuser-Busch, Meta, Target, Procter & Gamble, Comcast, CNN, Fox, and yes, Pfizer, just to name a few. At OMG, we do not shy away from exposing powerful companies, and we're not afraid of powerful people. So we decided to take a look for ourselves at the influence BlackRock has on our politics and the influence they have on our culture. So to do that, what better place to start a hidden camera investigation than into a self-described gatekeeper at BlackRock?
Like, you're kind of like a f***ing gatekeeper at BlackRock.
Yeah, I am. I decide people's fates. Every f***ing day, I literally decide how somebody's life is going to be shaped.
That's so powerful. I love it.
Yeah, it's I don't know, the whole thing of like domination from a concept is it's so interesting.
Introducing Serge Varley, whose LinkedIn says he's worked for Morgan Stanley, Citadel, and now as a recruiter at BlackRock.
I work for a company called BlackRock. I'm not actually a finance guy. I know what happens because I'm recruiting people who do these things. Mm-hmm. I'm the person who headhunts people from other firms. So I would approach you and be like, hey, this is a good reason why you should come work for us.
Serge tells us who really runs the world, how they do it, and just how much it costs to buy people. Like politicians.
Let me tell you, it's not through who's the president. It's who's controlling the wallet. So it's the,
And who's that?
The hedge funds, BlackRock, the banks. These guys run campaign financing. Yep, you can buy your candidates.
How so?
All of these financial institutions, they buy politicians.
How do they run the world?
You acquire stuff. You diversify, you acquire, you keep acquiring, you spend whatever you make in acquiring more. And at a certain point, your risk level is super low. Like, imagine you've invested in like 10 different industries, from food to drinks to like technology, right? One of them fails, it doesn't matter. You have 9 others to back you up. Risk management is inherently in just about everything. And in the finance space, it's all about it's all about the money you make. You don't let it sit. You keep using it over and over, and it
Reinvest.
Yeah, and it exponential growth.
And then once you just own a little bit of everything, is that where the control?
Yeah, you own a little bit of everything, and that little bit of everything gives you so much money on a yearly basis that you can take this big ton of money, and then you can start to buy people. And obviously we have this system in place. First there's the Censors, and these guys are cheap. You got 10 grand, you can buy a senator. It doesn't matter who wins.
You're still right.
They're in my pocket at this point. I can give you 500K right now, no questions asked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what needs to be done. They're like, yeah, of course.
And
why not?
Does like everybody do that? Does BlackRock do that?
The BlackRock recruiter also tells us about how the U.S. government relies on BlackRock for their economic simulation computational power.
Economic simulation. They need to understand the impact of something, right? They're gonna raise the interest rate, for example. Mm-hmm. It's gonna create this cascade of various factors that people they're not sure what it's gonna do, basically.
And just how f***ing great the Ukraine war is for business.
Do you have any thoughts on the Ukraine-Russia war?
Ukraine is good for business. You know, right? We don't want the conflict to end.
Why?
We don't want the conflict to end as a country. The longer this goes on, the weaker Russia is. I'll give an example. Russia blows up Ukraine's grain silos. The price of wheat's gonna go mad up. So what are you gonna do if you're a trading firm? The moment that news hits, within a millisecond, you're gonna pump trades into whoever the wheat suppliers are, into their stocks. Within an hour or two, that stock goes up, and then you sell, and you just made, I don't know, however many mil.
Why would a news channel promote a side in war?
Because it's also good for business too. I mean, what's news? News, right? What does news feed on? They feed on strategy, they feed on up events. That's what people like to watch. So when it happens, it's good business. More viewers. When nothing's happening, watches news. I don't watch news.
They're all pushing like the same talking point. Like you generally, when you look at news, like
it's propaganda. Ukrainian economy is tied very largely to the wheat market, global wheat market. This is fantastic if you're trading. Volatility creates opportunity to make profit. War is real good for business. It's exciting when goes wrong, right?
Serge also speaks on BlackRock-influenced news and even gave our journalists some tips.
based on everything we know now, when they say to sell, does that mean we should buy?
And so, yeah. It's like, you know Jim Cramer? If you do exactly the opposite of what he's advising, you actually make money.
Huh?
Yeah. It's like, it's called the inverse Cramer. They don't want to be in the news. They don't want people to talk about them. They don't want to be anywhere on the radar.
Why not?
I don't know, but I suspect it's probably because it's easier to do things when people aren't thinking about it.
Anyone that got in mind to be right, you gotta surrender.
Oh, yes.
You gotta come out the Masonic Hall.
Come out, come out. Come out.
Prestige ain't worth trash.
No.
To be a Mason,
Go ahead, get it off.
you gotta roll up one pants leg, tear the shirt over your heart, and they bring you in the room with a bunch of fools.
Yeah.
They tell you you got to bring food to feed a goat, and ain't no goat to feed.
Yeah.
Blindfold you. Then a bunch of men making a bunch of noise and hitting you. First they put marbles out. White marbles and a black marble. If you get a black marble, you're blackballed.
Right.
Can't be one. Get white marbles, you can be one. You get at a certain level of masonry, you get rid of the Bible.
My Lord.
And pick up the Quran.
My Lord.
You got to take a vow of secrecy. That you never expose the craft. And if you expose the craft, you agree to have your tongue cut out or snatched out and your heart cut out.
My Lord.
I expose all the craft I want.
Expose the craft.
I dare you to lay a hand on me.
That's right.
I dare you to do it, and I want you to do it.
That's right.
I'm a very easy man to find.
Amen.
You see, I'm a real Mason.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
It ain't got nothing to do with Herman.
No.
It ain't got nothing to do with some cheap lion's paw.
No, no.
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 I'm a real Mason.
That's right.
This is too deep for the Masonic Hall.
It's too deep for them.
Every true man of God is a real Mason.
That's right.
He's a craftsman.
Craftsman.
He's a layer of divine brick.
That's right.
He worked for a master builder.
Go ahead.
For the book says one is your master.
One is your master.
Even Christ.
That's right.
Peter called the church and said, you as lively stones.
That's right.
Built so
up.
The preacher are given tools.
Yes.
He given a hammer that breaks rocks in pieces.
Oh yeah.
His wisdom is a divine chisel.
Go ahead.
That cut and carves women and shape men.
Go ahead.
To be the people of God.
That's it. Go ahead.
He used a plumb line.
Go ahead.
In the midst of his building.
Go ahead, brother.
God is his architect.
That's right.
This is bigger than Solomon's temple.
Oh yes.
Solomon's temple fell apart.
That's right.
God's temple is eternal.
That's right. In the heavens. Go ahead, brother.
That's right. I'm a divine mason.
Oh yes.
I'm a divine builder. I was given an axe. And God says laid at the roots.
Laid at the roots.
I was given a hammer.
Yeah.
Break rocks in pieces, meaning it breaks the stubborn of the world.
That's right.
Breaks your stubborn mind.
That's it.
You see, you got to fall on this stone.
Yes.
Which would mean submit to hardness.
That's it.
Submit to discipline. Submit to rough preaching.
Rough preaching.
Then you'll be broken.
That's right.
But if you fall on the stone, or the stone fall on you,
grind you to
it's going to grind you to powder.
That's right. Go ahead, brother.
So Masons don't know what the Masonic is.
No.
You talk about a scale, a compass. Do you know what direction God come from?
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
God said, I come from Teman. How can he come from somewhere where he is everywhere?
That's right. Go ahead, brother.
He said, God come from Teman.
Go ahead.
The Holy One.
From Mount Paran.
From Mount Paran.
Yeah.
From his mouth cometh a two-edged sword.
That's right.
And his eyes is as a flame of fire. From his hands goeth forth horns.
Go ahead.
And when he walk upon the waters.
Go ahead.
You think a Mason is wearing white gloves?
White gloves.
And a little miniaturized apron?
That's right.
You don't know what it is.
No.
A Mason is a divine man of God.
That's it.
Who's given tools from heaven.
That's right.
That cut and shape the hearts of the world.
That's right.
And build a people for God.
Amen. Go ahead.
Hallelujah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
A lion's paw? No.
Oh, no.
It's the lion of the tribe
Judah.
Of Judah.
Oh, yes.
And the root of David.
That's it. That's it.
You build it on Solomon? That's weak.
That's weak.
One that is written, the scripture says, one greater than Solomon
is here.
Is here.
That's right.
Solomon ain't no good.
Oh, no.
One greater than Solomon.
It's here.
Masonry. I'm a divine masonry.
Every house is builded by some man.
Do you hear this?
In Hebrews chapter 3 and at verse 4.
Oh, this is so sweet.
Every house is builded by some man.
Is built by some man.
But he that built all things.
He that built everything
is God.
No, it's Solomon.
Is God.
Go ahead, man.
Herman Mabliff
is God. Amen.
Our God is God.
That's right. That's right.
So Solomon was limited.
Oh, yeah.
Not only that, he ran out of his wits.
Yes, he did.
For women.
For women.
Solomon, before he died, his heart turned against God.
Turned against God.
And he became polytheistic.
Yes, he did.
An idolater.
That's right.
The true architect, the true designer of people is God.
It's God. That's right.
So all these lodges and all that stuff won't prevail.
No.
You throw on black suits, white shirt, and black tie and feel important. But then you die.
That's
and a bunch of men come in marching.
That's right.
Just marching. Looking like a bunch of stooges.
That's right.
What is that?
That's right.
Huh?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
March forward and slide back. Everybody's doing the curly.
That's right.
And then they ring a little bell over you.
Yeah.
Say a few words.
Say some words.
But you died without God.
Yes, Lord.
Then they have a cornerstone there. The chief cornerstone is God.
God. That's right.
That little big rock on the ground.
Amen.
David said, who is the rock?
Saving our
God. And then it says the rock that followed them.
Christ.
That's Christ.
That's Christ.
Do you get what I'm telling you?
Go ahead.
There is a way.
There is a way which seemeth right unto a man.
Brothers and sisters, get out the seem right way.
Seem right.
Know what you're doing.
That's right.
Don't be afraid to ask questions.
That's right.
Don't be afraid to question your preaching. Performing that morning. When he go to his office, Reverend Lucifer. Please show us in the Bible.
Please show us.
Where is it?
Where is it?
Question your teaching.
That's right.
One of the biggest lies is the belief I'm going to heaven anyhow. You lost your mind.
I want to be an American idiot. Don't want a nation under the new mania. And can you hear the sound of hysteria? The subliminal mind fuck America.